In this video, I'm going to test the new update of the secret Ben 10 game, and now you can transform into all the aliens without any kind of limitation. We'll review all the Omnitrixes, their ultimate forms, and secret aliens. I already have the recalibrated Omnitrix on my wrist and can transform into all its aliens. So let's test this one out, and look, that's awesome. The coolest thing about this game is that it has the transformations for each alien from Ben 10. This is the coolest part that I think everyone likes when it happens, right guys? Seriously, and look, we turned into Heat Blast. Awesome. Every time he throws fire at the enemies, the longer you hold the fireball, the stronger it gets, man. Not to mention the damage it does to anyone. Another one that people really like is Echo. One thing you need to know is that he has 3 power modes when you hold Alt and right click. He gives this kind of power here, but if you increase it, it gets stronger, and if you increase it a 3rd time, it gets even stronger. Like, look, he blows up a car just with the power of sound. This works for any car, man. Echo can also clone himself. Look, guys, now we already have villains to face. So I just stopped the crime with my sound power. Look how overpowered Echo is, guys. In just a few seconds, the crime is already over and we've already won. New XP and crystals? You must be wondering what the crystals are for in this game? Well, if you press G and look here in characters, there are transformations that won't be unlocked for you. So you can unlock them with the crystals. Look, unlock everything and you'll have amazing powers, and you can even make them sing. Ben 10 Alien Force opening. This opening is really good. Come on. Also, we have another alien that people really like, which is him, Enormous Iron. Look, there's a crime 4,000 meters away. Let's see. Can he get there in time to stop the crime? I don't think so, but maybe he can with my secret ability. Growth. Look, man, he gets much bigger and then his jump increases a lot. Man, he's getting a good weapon. Game over. A crime in 2 seconds, man. Enormous has this kind of power, and it's no wonder he's one of the most loved and most used aliens in Ben 10. This guy must sell a lot of action figures, right? He can do something with his tail, but I don't think it's very effective. Now, I'm going to turn into Jet Ray. What I'm seeing with these boxes up here, they kind of have XP, so you can grab them to get XP. And look, guys, there's another crime happening, and check out how fast Jet Ray is to get to the crime scene. He's really fast, but that's all he does. He's just fast and doesn't have any other powers. So now I'm going to try out an alien that actually has powers, which is Big Chill. So check this out. He can open his cape, and also look here, he shoots ice, man, and he encases everyone in ice. Exactly. And then we finish off the crime at a really high speed too. He can also hit. Of course, if I press shift, he opens his wings and can fly faster, and even faster if I press F. Here, guys, I think his design in the game is really good and very true to the original cartoon, right, man? One of the coolest is Chroma Stone. Chroma Stone, man. Chroma Stone, the parallelepiped in this game is awesome, man. Just look at the details it has in the game, and also it can fly, man. This is the most interesting part and the only interesting part because it's the only thing it does. So it had to be interesting, right, man? It's the only thing it does, right? I can't see anymore, guys. Look, everything is reflected by it. That's really the only thing it does. But now it's his time. Brainstorm, so you don't get a little upset because it's also just defense, man. Look at this. It's an impenetrable shield that no one can break. It's a really crazy electric shield. It opens and closes the brain with tremendous ease. But it's not for attacks, so we're gonna use him to attack, right? Humongosaur, so the crime ends really fast. I didn't want to do this, but sometimes it's necessary. But there's another alien besides the one I showed that I really like, which is Spider Monkey. Check it out, guys. He has a double jump like in the PlayStation 2 game, but this monkey alien is even cooler in this open world game. Here's the thing, man. He can shoot webs and swing just like Spider-Man and even climb buildings. Man, this one is definitely cooler, and he even has a web boost, just like that. Spider-Man, look, have you guys seen that Spider-Man game on PlayStation? This is basically the same thing, right? Honestly, it's really cool to swing around as Spider Monkey on the buildings. In this game, they haven't caught the guys yet. There's also him, Goop. Look at Goop, how stylish. And the coolest thing is that if you jump from a high place, look, you don't take any fall damage. That's the most amazing part, not to mention that Goop is really cool. Man, look, he attacks. That's really cool, man. I think the attack is like a little ball kick, but the way Goop is in this game is really good. You have to agree with that. Now, it's time for Alien X, and it's really awesome because with just one touch, he destroys anything. Look, just watch. I think this is really crazy. Hold on, what happened here? Let's stop that crime by teleporting. Just look at this teleport speed. I think Alien X is a little too overpowered, right, man? Seriously though, but what if I told you he's not even the strongest alien we have in this Omnitrix? That's right, there's another alien stronger than him in this video, so stick around until the end because we're going to test them all. But look, there are only a few, those from the recalibrated ones like Ratch here, who shows up at the end of the second season with a new alien called Irado. He doesn't have any powers yet, but he runs in a really stylish way. Go, ha! There's also Nanomech, he's really tiny and can shrink even more, becoming almost microscopic. Man, you can even see that if I may. Look, it's right here. It's above the ground. My eyes don't miss. And there's also Polaro Star, who appears at the beginning of the second season of BDS Alien Force. He doesn't control magnetism, but he flies in a very interesting way. After that, we finished the recalibrated Omnitrix, so let's go to the first one, the prototype Omnitrix. And I already have the prototype Omnitrix on my wrist, and it's also looking really nice here in the game. If you want to know how to switch Omnitrix in the game, just press G, come here to Omnitrix and choose yours. Man, it's not very hard, but now there's a difference. Do you remember that when the recalibrated Omnitrix selected aliens, it would show a hologram? Now it has this selection here that's much better, so I want this one. Heat Blast, just look at this Heat Blast. He looks really cool, and there's a crime happening. There are some methods so we can just fly with Heat Blast. Look at this, he picks up a rock from the ground and starts flying in a really cool way. Look, I just arrived at the crime scene. The coolest thing is he has fire attacks. Just look at this, really awesome. They're strong and leave people burning, but the coolest part is this attack. Look, Supernova, it's awesome because it's a special attack, so it finishes off any attack, anything like that, in one hit. And Heat Blast also has some fire attacks, just sparks like in that B10 movie that showed up. He's wet, nothing happens yet, he's just wet, really, but he also shoots fire beams. Just look at this, man, take that, man. I'm sorry, this is amazing. Yeah, I think I proved that Heat Blast is way too overpowered, so it's time for another alien overpowered wild mutt.
He can activate his radar to sense danger and chaos, but it doesn't work with servers since they're not dangerous. Still, I can attack anyway, so it's fine. Take that.
And he also has a pretty generous super jump, plus he can, look, just climb walls, man. The only thing I don't like about this wild mutt here is that he's the Alien Force version. So he has the Omnitrix on his chest instead of his left arm. It's kind of annoying and ugly, but I still like him. It's Wild Mutt after all. Is this Wild Mutt or Mini Pack? It's one of them. There's also Diamond Head over there, which people really like. Look how cool Diamante is in this game, man. He can shoot Tatanite, can he? Diamante, unfortunately, there's a catch. His arm doesn't change, it just stretches. In the cartoon, it changes, right? But that's just a minor thing. I like it either way, look. And if you look, it's actually pretty detailed, this crystal, man. And he does some real damage to the cars. Look at that, man. Diamante is actually pretty powerful. And this one is wearing the classic outfit because the others aren't, right? Well, there's also him, the favorite of many, XLR8. And look, man, he runs really fast, like really fast, and he has a super speed punch. Look at that. He can attack anything he wants really fast. Well, I think he does some serious damage and he runs really fast. Look, even faster than Ben 10 here on Earth. And look, there's a civilian in danger. So we can actually use 4 arms because he comes here and keeps pressing E several times. Guys, and now look at that. We did it. We saved the civilian. 4 arms is really charismatic. Going back to XLR8, he can run really fast and he can also slow down time. So he does whatever actions he wants whenever he wants in a really fast and exaggerated way. And then when he brings time back, everything is already in chaos. He can also speed up even more because look, I'm fast, but check this out. It's way faster, man. And of course, he can also run on walls, right? What kind of speedster can't run on walls? Plus, he has his own special move, guys, because he can just show up and make a speed tornado. Check this out. It's a special attack, really powerful, but what really gives you points is saving those who are in danger because you'll go into the city and have to save them. Don't forget that. But Kevin's car is here. Another cool thing I like to do here is watch Gray Matter. He's cool because a really annoying little song starts playing. Here it's about his episodes. He's really cute but has no powers and does nothing. Still, there's a crime, so let's turn into 4 arms and jump in. His super jump is the longest and strongest in the game. I mean, not stronger than aliens, but it's really strong. I made it. Look here, guys. I can do a slap that knocks out an enemy really fast, and wow, it was 3 enemies at once. I can also activate a mode that makes me stronger. So any little slap is already enough to defeat a guy, and he kind of gets all buffed up. I become a beast with my special attack, and not to mention that I pick up rocks from the ground too, which makes it even stronger. Still, see that, civilian? Start with the rock there. Take this. But you can see that this rock from the ground here is different, right? It's really cool. But if I go up a building, the rock is totally different. This is a cool detail they added, right, man? So now I'm going to turn into an insectoid and fly away, because I want to stop crime with my own hands. And I can already show his powers in action, because there's a really cool one. Check this out. I'm going to press Alt with Alt here. Look, I can increase the speed of my flight. But I can also throw slime at the enemies. Guys, look, I can stick slime on them, but why do that, you might ask me? It's simple, guys. Check out my power. I can activate this cloud here. It starts to explode the things I put down, and the slime, you know? That's the coolest part. And if I defeat an enemy, he gets all covered in slime. Yeah, this isn't a very nice way for the enemies to be defeated, at least, right? For me, I think it's really amazing. Take that, small. We have Ultra Z. He can also double jump and glide, and he has a beam that comes out of his eye like this. Look, really crazy. And he also has a really crazy cannon that's unlimited, so you can attack whoever you want. We also have the ghost one here for us to turn into. He's really cool because look, he stays here. He's kind of invisible, man. He can also activate the danger radar just like Wild Mutt, which makes him even more interesting because you can see these sumo cards here, and then you can collect them to get more XP so you can unlock more aliens. And you can also use this attack here. It's a really crazy tentacle attack. Man, this is really awesome. And he also has a special attack here, really unique. There are also some aliens, those OVN3 prototype aliens you thought it was just the owner. But there's also Cannonball. Look how awesome Cannonball is in the game, guys. He can activate ball mode here and start rolling around, man, and then Look, boom, boing. Yeah, exactly. He kind of bounces off things. Check it out. Really cool, man. He can also increase his speed, leaving a trail in this smoke. He causes some damage. Pretty cool, even though he's Cannonball, right? There's also the Wild Cyclone. Just like Spider Monkey, he swings between buildings. Man, look at that. Take that. Take that. Really cool, man. And there's some kind of club event going on. It's the perfect place to show off my seeds. Check it out because they added a new seed power for Wild Vine in this game. Man, look at this. We just come here and then take the seed shot, guys. Take the seed shot. Explode, explode, explode. And now I'm out of seeds, so I'm kind of vulnerable, but the seeds have already recharged, so I can throw everything again. Man, look at this. I defeated the enemies just with Wild Vine, and the seeds come out of my back. If you didn't notice, they grow back. Look at this. I don't have any seeds left. Now, it's really crazy. I'm vulnerable. Oh my God, that's dangerous. And they grew back. This is the coolest thing, right, man? Be careful. There are many hidden sumo wrestler faces around here. Trust me, if you get 100, you can unlock it. The secret alien also has another, the shocking one, which I've always liked. What do you all think of the shocking one? I think he's really cool because he flies really fast. He can hit these things here. Look how cool. Take that, take that, take that. I think it's really awesome. And he's gonna be able to stop that crime really fast. Look, you just fly with him and then take that, take that, take that. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, man. And he can also hold his beam to deal even more damage. All right, I'm not just messing around. You see, man, take that, sucker, take that. But there's an extra alien, and the whole vibe changes with him, and that's Arctiguana, guys. Check it out, how cool. It's this giant lizard, but it's about to change, I think, see? It changed, now it's snowing because of him, because he's really cold, and he has the same powers as Big Chill, guys. He freezes everything that appears in front of him. That's what makes us Arctiguana, guys. I had an action figure of him when I was a kid. He was one of my favorite aliens. Seriously, I really like him, man. There's also Lobosbane, and the vibe will probably change too because it turned into night. Yeah, he's a wolf, right, man? So it's normal, I guess. Look at this, it turned into a Ben 10 Alien Force episode already, guys. Seriously, Ben 10 Alien Force now only has episodes at night. Why does this happen, man? The lack of budget is complicated. But Lobosbane only has normal attacks, he doesn't have sound powers, and look, he can climb buildings. Yeah, I guess it's useful for something, right? Take that, civilian, anyway. There's also one of my favorites here, which is Upchuck, and he's awesome because, look, he eats anything, man. Oops, civilian, oops, turned into dinner too, man. Exactly, he even eats water. No, he doesn't eat water. But the coolest thing isn't what he eats, it's what he does with this power. If he shows up at a crime scene, look at this. Man, he can eat things. Yeah, and then he's not really dangerous. Did he just shoot a skull? No, not a skull, right? A skeleton. What is that, man? Here you go. I think I got a little scared of him now, but he's a really powerful alien, and the more he eats, his belly turns green. But if I use up everything I ate, guys, look what happens. Basically, I run out of energy in my belly. See? he goes back to normal again. And which upchuck is your favorite? The regular one or the turbo? Guys, this one here is the regular one, and there's the turbo too. I'm going to put a picture of him here, and if I don't, let me know in the comments. I really like both of them, man. I don't have a favorite. Honestly, both are amazing to me, man. I would easily use either one. But there's also an alien that's really different, which is him. Frankenstrike. Guys, just look at this alien, man. He's really powerful. Dude, I don't know what's up with him, but he's really cool and stylish. He walks kind of cocky, right, man? Besides having these attacks with his hands, he doesn't have lightning powers yet because he was added to the game recently, but he's already pretty strong. There's also the item, guys, and it doesn't attack, really doesn't attack, but it clones itself way more times than Echo. So I think it's worth it. Look, there are several items here. Oh, guys, good morning. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. There's also the most powerful one, the giant, guys. Look at the giant. He can just launch an attack across the whole area and destroy several buildings, and he can also shoot lasers at the buildings. Man, look at that. The giant is Ben 10's most powerful alien, but this still isn't his most powerful form, Guys, do you want to see this form? Keep watching and I'll show you. Do you want to see this form? Keep watching the video because I'm about to show it, man. Believe me, it's so powerful that even you aren't ready to see it. We've already gone past the classic Ben 10 aliens, right? Now let's start the fun part. Now it's time for one of the crowd's favorite Omnitrixes, full of bugs and defects. It's time for the Super Omnitrix. I like how it looks on top of the jacket, but I prefer it underneath. But let's stop stalling because it's time for the ultimate swamp fire. Just look at this swamp fire. Seriously, guys, you have to admit it. He's really cool, but he doesn't do anything, man. He doesn't have fire powers. He doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have any secrets. He doesn't do anything. There are two identical people here. He just has a really cool design, which will be used later on, and I hope soon too. There's another Supreme Alien, Echo, Ultimate Echo. This is the most powerful alien in Ben 10, and he's awesome. Just watch as you hit Alt here and it starts aiming. And boom, really strong sound power. I think this one is the strongest alien in Ben 10, seriously, guys. Because you remember how it was with Ultimate Kevin, right, guys? He just aimed and started shooting without mercy, man. I want to see when he gets that disc cloning system, he takes them from his hands and starts shooting at everything, man. Will that be really powerful? If you haven't seen it, here he is. He's aiming the discs. This one's even cooler because he's kind of aiming the discs, right? There's already a crime happening so we can test his power, and I'll show you just how insane it is. Because, look, he aims here and starts shooting without mercy, man, and then you just have to defeat the enemies. This is really crazy, man. I think it's genius, right? With Ultimate Echo, of course, there's also Ultimate Humongosaur. Look at Ultimate Humongosaur. I believe Ben 10 used Supreme Alien most often in the series. Let me know if I'm wrong. Look, man, he can do a super jump here with his cannons. He can dig through buildings, but it's just a super jump, so it's kind of sad, right, man? But he can also, look, shoot missiles here, man. That's what's most amazing, dude. Look at that. Take that. That's really cool, man. Not to mention, man, of course, this power is really, he's overpowered. And there's also Ultimate Big Chill. Look, and this is a sad case of a Supreme, okay, man? Because he just turned red with the tips kind of burned. It's pretty sad, man. But I like him despite everything, man, because he shoots here. Look, he shoots fire so cold that it burns, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't freeze, but what can you do, right, man? He just unfortunately doesn't freeze people here, only the enemies, but he's pretty cool. Come on, there's also Spider Monkey. And I forgot to mention that he shoots webs at the enemies. Sorry, guys, I really forgot, okay? But he also becomes Supreme. Take that! He still doesn't shoot webs in his ultimate form, but his super jump is really cool. Just look at this, man. He can also climb walls here, guys, with his claws. Like Dr. Kitopo, you know? That's the coolest part, and he has two types of punch attacks here with the left mouse button, and he attacks with his claws using the right button where he attacks one at a time, man. What did you guys think of Ultimate Spider Monkey? I liked it a lot. There are also some kind of useless Supremes here, like Ultimate Cannonbolt. He just turns kind of chrome-plated, right? What can you do? And there's also the Supreme that I like the least, Supreme Wild Mutt. Yeah, it's Supreme Wild Mutt, and he really changes from water to water. He doesn't do anything, guys. He doesn't do anything, but he's here too. Look, guys. Way big. Jigga. Ultimate way big. Look at that. He gets way bigger than usual, man, and he shoots lasers at everything. Check out this crime. Take that. There won't be any crime left here. See? Just a little touch already destroyed all the crime, man, and he's really fast. Look at that, man. He runs around the city without fear. I'd be scared of destroying everything. Oh, I'm already doing that, yet he still does it. Notice the water level. He just stands here with his feet wet. It's wild. Man, I think if I wanted to destroy the whole city here, I could. Damn, just look at this. He's really overpowered, man, and there are still some aliens from Andromeda for us to check out exactly. You thought it was over. No water hazard. Look at this amazing water power he does. It's really cool, guys. There's also Amphibian and another electric alien from Ben 10. He shoots some really crazy electric attacks. There's also Armadillo. He doesn't have any powers yet. He's just air. And the Matto is just armor. It's just a yellow Tartabola. That's it. But there's Tartagira. Guys, Terraspin is a peaceful being and he just keeps spinning around here. Really crazy. There's also NRG and he's just a cement mixer that keeps jumping really high like this. Man, it's really crazy, but there's the fast one. The fast one does stuff. He's really quick, man. Look at that. Take that. He can hit enemies really fast. Take that, sliding. Of course, he's not faster or stronger than XLR8, but he tries, right, man? He's really crazy because he kind of looks like a speed Wolverine, right, man? I think he's pretty cool, actually, man. He's not all bad. He's not all bad, and he can also run on walls. He's way slower than XLR8, way slower. There's also Shamelhem. He doesn't do anything, he just goes through cars. Yeah, he goes through cars, and there's also Contratempo. Gray matter seems useless to you guys. And he really is, he doesn't do anything. And so, we left the last Matrix, and now we're going to the extra aliens, the secret ones you wouldn't find if I didn't tell you. And this one, the UB-10 Matrix in the universe. That's right, we have him here, guys, because now I want to test his aliens, which are, look, blocks. He kind of trots around, man. Take that, take that, take that, take that. Ah, man. He also has his own attacks, which kind of throws civilians far away, and I think his attacks here are elastic. Pretty cool, right, guys? I think Blocks was a well-made alien. Here we also have Gravitac. Gravitac is one of my favorite aliens from Ben 10. I've already said this, man, because he showed up exactly when he was needed in the episode. I think he's really cool because of that. He doesn't have powers yet either, but at least there's Crash Hopper. He jumps pretty high here, look, and makes a cricket sound. And also, yeah, he kicks, he gives 2 kicks. No, 3 kicks count, 3 kicks count. He really looks like a cricket. Very cool. That's it. We've covered all the universe aliens, though there are only a few. Which was your favorite? Want me to show you how to download the game? Leave a comment.